Logan movie begins story the movie in year 2029 in the future and with person who be his name Logan. And he was very tired, and we know that he has grown old in the age and became his look not like before. So he sits from the sleep and we see him, and he is in his car, and there were criminals come and try that they steal wheel the car, and they were not know that Logan inside it. But Logan goes down to them and says to them, so that they go from here, but suddenly they shoot him with the bullets and the shock that he stands as if not happened to him anything, and we know that he has power healing not normal, so he brings out his claws and kills them all. But he not was fights like before because weakness his power, and he was afraid on his car so that not they hurt it. And after that we see person, and he was once that he shoots bullets on the car, but Logan stops, and he who gets shot with the bullets, and quickly he gets angry and returns and tries that he kills them, and in that while the bullet comes in the car. So he gets angry and finishes on them completely. And after that we see Logan, and he went to the bathroom, and he sees his wounds, and he gets annoyed because his ability on the healing became weak, and his wounds were healing in time very long unlike the previous days, and this because that his body not can bear metal, the adamantium. And in the day the second Logan goes to the cemetery until he delivers family, and suddenly comes girl, and who be her name Gabrielle, and she says to him, I know you, and I know your past, but he not cared and went to the hospital and took medicines. And now we see him, and he is in his car, and suddenly comes officer from the special forces who be his name Pierce, and he says to Logan, I know you who you be, and you have power super, and asked from him that he brings to him girl super who escaped from the lab his. So Logan refuses and returns to the house, and we know that his house existing and station the energy, and who lives with him person, and this person be his name Caliban, and he has ability that he locates place any hero super, and also the professor was with them, and who be his name Charles, who became old in the age, and he has disease nervous makes him loses control on his powers mental super, and if he gets emotional so can that he causes attacks mental strong make the people around him freeze. And now we see Logan when he was wanting that he gives person injection and started his body shakes so go out these waves, and he was on point that he kills the who with him because strength the waves that he brings out until Logan could that he gives him the injection. And in the night Logan went out and sat with Caliban, and he says to him, you why with you bullet from material the adamantium, and I here started I doubt that you want that you finish your life. So Logan gets angry and goes out, and after that he goes up in the car, and he was delivering the people, and we know that in this time reached him message, and when he went to the who asked him we know that this girl is Gabrielle, and she asked him that he delivers her. So she follows Logan and begs him that he helps her. And now we go with girl small her name Laura, and she was knowing past Logan, and she offers to him amount big in exchange that he delivers her to place safe, and indeed Logan agrees, and in the day the second he comes and sees that Gabrielle died and not knows who killed her, and also he not found Laura, so he returns to the house to take Caliban and the professor, and here Caliban sees things in the car, so he asks Logan about these things, but Logan says to him, I not know what are these, so Pierce in that time comes and asks him about Laura, and Logan says to him, I not know where she is, and he gets surprised that Laura existing, and she throws the iron and was hiding in car Logan. So the professor comes and says to Logan that Laura she is from the mutants, and she has same the power that you have, and this be good so not ends race the mutants.
As for Caliban, Pierce takes him to place far in the desert, and they in their way to the desert Pierce threatens Caliban and makes him go down, but suddenly he gets shocked with the soldiers who come towards them. So Logan sees that men Pierce coming to his house, and he gets nervous from Laura because he felt that she will cause to them the problems. So Logan was on point that he escapes, but men Pierce stop them and orders them that they deliver Laura, and when Logan refused they attacked him, and they drop him on the ground, and after that we see the soldiers, and they enter house Logan, and they search for Laura. So they see her, and now we get surprised when we see her, and she goes out, and with her head one from the soldiers, so she kills all the soldiers, and she after that gets angry and brings out her claws, and we know that she owns claws like claws Logan, and here Laura attacks on them, and after that escapes from Min Pierce because their number big, and when Min Pierce entered she hits them, and goes out from house Logan, but one from them catches her, and Pierce here hits her with spear, and he pulls her, and in that time Logan starts with the battle, and he also hits them, so that he protects her, and after that, Logan goes up in the car, and he took with him Laura and the professor, and started the soldiers shoot the bullets on the car, but Logan did not care, and he escapes.
And in same time we see Pierce, and he was imprisoning Caliban, and he starts torturing him by way raise the sun, and this because that Caliban not bears the sun so his skin burns. And we see him, and he sees phone with Laura and was on it video for Gabriel, and here she says to him that the government was doing tests on number big from the children small, the mutants who have power super, and it is that they inject their bodies with DNA. From body Logan and Laura she was injected and became daughter Logan. And after that we see them, and they went to the hotel and stayed in it. So here he goes so that he sells his car because it was hit by the bullets. And after that he goes to the bar and sees magazine which Laura interested with it, and the magazine talks about team which is name it's Team X, and here he reads that the team points to place, and this place its name Eden, and this same the place which Gabriel said about it in the video. And when he arrives to the hotel he knew that the professor lost his mind because the waves which happening. So Logan was trying that he enters to the professor, and when he arrives he sees soldiers pierce, and he could that he hits them, and gave the professor injection, and after that Logan and the professor and Laura escape because they knew their place. So the professor gets upset from Logan because he not knows how deals good with Laura, and when Logan was driving here comes car and was once that it hits him, but Logan could that he takes the car to direction other by the power super which he has, and same the car came back so that it hits him, but comes the truck, and could that it turns, and the horses go out from it, but the professor sees them and uses his powers and returns the horses to the truck which they went out from it, and Logan helped them that they get out their truck. Asterisk asterisk. And now we know person who be his name Will, and he says to him, "You come to our farm." So Logan agrees, and they go, they have dinner all together and stayed talking. But after that the professor goes to wash his hand, but the water cuts. So Will was he who should that he fixes it. And here he and Logan they go, and they could that they fix it. And in that time comes group people, and they threaten Will, because they're between them problems, but Logan hits them, and they and will return the house, but they see that door the house open, and on the side other we see the professor, and he sits. So here comes person and stabs him with his claws, and we see that this person has same power Logan, and we know that he is copy cloned from Logan, and who be his name 24X, because DNA Logan because it was taken from him, and became clone copy exact. So he starts kills all who in the house, and he stole Laura, and in that time Will and Logan they see that all were killed. So he goes up to the floor upper and he falls from the stairs, and we know that he be 24X, and he was attacking, and suddenly Logan surprised, but he goes and sees the professor, and he takes him in the car, but the professor dies, and Logan goes and kills 24X, but we know that 24X be stronger, because he younger from Logan, and suddenly comes person and hits 24X with the car, and we know that this person is Will, and here we know also that he not died after that. So Will was wanting that he kills Logan, but suddenly he falls and dies, and here Logan takes Laura and walks, and after that he buries the professor near the river and stays shocked and in pain about death the professor. And after that he goes and climbs in the car, but it was not working, and he gets angry and falls on the ground because his injury. So Laura takes car person other, and she takes Logan to the hospital, and when Logan wakes up the doctor says to him, "You injured with injury strong." But he does not care and leaves him and goes out. And here he and Laura they climb the car, and Laura starts says name strange, so Logan started asks her about these names, and here she holds the map and points to place Eden, and after that they arrive to the place, and Logan tired because his injury, but those in the place could that they take him, and now we see that those people are grouped from the children small the mutants, and all of them running from Project Pierce so that not they do on them any experiment, and we know that they have powers different. So Logan collapses from the tiredness and his health destroyed almost, and the children small they take him and make him rest, and when he was sleeping they inject him and returns Logan to his form old. So they were wanting that they stay away, so that they stay far from the government that wants that it makes on them experiments. And after that arrives soldiers Pierce, and they start chasing the children small, but Logan he comes so that he helps them and be with him injection that was in it. Material, and this material can that it returns any person to his power, but in way temporary, and in this moment he attacks the soldiers and even the children small. They also use their powers so that they fight the soldiers who with Pierce, and in that time was number the soldiers more. So they took all the children, and after that comes person who be his name Dr. Xander, and he is who made copy Logan, and he says to him, "I want you that you help me and give me the children." So Logan here was with him gun, and he shoots the officer, and directly he frees the children, but suddenly comes copy Logan, which is 24X, so starts the fight between him and 24X, and in this time he hits Logan on trunk tree. So Laura comes and hits 24X with bullet the adamantium, and as we know that this material is which can that it kills Logan, and he cannot that he controls on himself, and any person as power like him will be affected with this material. And we know that this bullet which was with Logan, so that he finishes with it his life. Laura used it on 24X. And here Laura comes to Logan and takes him down on the ground from trunk the tree, so he dies gradually, and he asked from Laura that she protects herself and protects the children, and he says to her, I love you, and unfortunately he dies. And we know that Laura was sad about death Logan, and she buries him under the tree, and she flips the cross on his grave and makes it on form X. And this thing comes back as symbol for the hero Logan, and here